4 years gone just like that. Me 28M, she 24F. So about 4 hours ago I was sent a few snaps and a video by one of her friends from a no big deal because she used to be a bartender herself and is largely a party girl and loves going to her events and clubbing with her friends to unload stress. Except they sent pictures of her being with another guy getting drinks. I watched her snap score real quick and sent a snap, which I have never done before until they asked me, went up by 38 before she decided to respond to me asking her how work was slogging along and got pretty bored. TBH text working on machine. Would? 4 years gone just like that. Pretext had 2 other relationships. My first one, she OD'd on fentanyl during high school, and the second one I guess I still really wasn't ready at all after the first and it just never worked out. I still remember the day we met as it was my first time at a music festival and I gave no ducks about my health or safety and basically ended up being sent straight to the EMS tent at day 2. She came in after me by a few hours, which I was sober enough to be reading a book and alone in a corner. She got brought in and just said to the EMS guy that I look like a lonely stray dog and just sat right beside me and told me we'd take turns reading it out loud with character voices without a hint of hesitation at all while being baked to oblivion, and that's how it all started. I knew we were almost complete opposites and that's how we met. I'm a pretty big introvert and she was probably the most extroverted person I'd met at this point. I thought we were perfect together as she enjoyed getting me into festivals and events. I enjoyed the fact I could blend into the background with her and she was always so hyped about my hobbies and really did enjoy going on multi-day hikes for the views. Teaching her how to fish, bike, snowboard for the first times. I just came back from her place with 2 buddies after getting all my stuff I'd leave over and packing up all my tools into the workbench and loading it to her mom what I was doing and why. I've never seen her more angry in my life. She was screaming into the phone when I was leaving, telling her husband to get home and asking if I would wait until he'd show up. I just had to leave. I couldn't deal with it. Friends helped me unpack my stuff and I asked to leave me alone for a bit. Just cancelled the tickets for a dozen concerts, festivals we planned on going together, and realizing that I was the one paying for most of our stuff to begin with. Spiteful for me to notice now, I guess, though. Been a long time since I've done atom bombs, so not feeling bad at all right now, and went ahead and removed and blocked her on everything I could think of. But duck me, does it hurt and make me fellow hollow. It's hard to describe right now how I feel besides being angry, jealously, revenge, shame, wanting to just odd and end everything all rolled up into tea. Think I've ever been this low before, so I'll see what happens. I'm off to shower, try to sleep. Will edit this whenever I wake up tomorrow and see update for everyone. Slept a few hours and was at the gym for a few hours to help clear my head. Best friend came over and basically grabbed all of her shit when I was gone and dumped it at her parents' house and spoke to them. Parents passed a message on to me saying that I'm allowed to come over whenever I want and not to be a stranger, and hopefully still play with their Dobermans from time to time. They also specifically said that I wouldn't be seeing her very often if I did come over, as she's been it's time to grow up, so they're kicking her out at the end of March. Also sent me a gift of a few bottles of vintage bourbons and scotches for all the help I've done, with a note telling me to get a drink with him and the tab should be considered paid for in advance. She tried to lie multiple times and was caught red-handed. First she went to the bar with her friends, but she wasn't with any guys. Followed by saying that it was actually a gay friend and she doesn't really count him. Then said she also went to work afterwards, which she was 4 hours late for. All that she still denies that anything happened, and if anything did, it must have been because they were both drunk and she didn't mean to do any of it, and she never meant to do it and doesn't remember anything that much of the night, so she must have been spiked. They also showed me her stories she's been posting of her crying and denying that anything happened, and it's just one big misunderstanding of events and that I'm the one being heartless and ruining her life just for fun, and she's looking for a place to stay. I've started overthinking after hearing what she said and honestly don't know if I can even trust anything we've done in the past now and how many other chances she would have had to cheat without getting caught. Went ahead and booked a few therapist appointments on my company's dime to see if will help, and got my first one booked for this Wednesday coming up. My own parents drove all the way down and dropped off my dog so I wouldn't do anything stupid with her around. She called and admitted to have been seeing the guy on and off for the last 5 months. Claimed it was only a few times and he was forcing her to do it after the first time. That she only did it because I wasn't giving her enough attention. Hung up immediately after she started asking for another chance, and that she'll change and do whatever I'd ask. Kudos to you for doing what so many others fail to do. Get your stuff, get out, and move on. It's not easy, and the following days, weeks, months will be tough, but happiness is on the other side. If you stayed with her, you'd never trust her or love her the same again.